What is up, everybody? This is RybackStun. We have returned to Marvel Heroes. We are on the test center, and we are here with something I've been looking forward to for a very long time, Dr. Doom. Doom is my second favorite character in the Marvel Universe, as if you heard, well, if you listen to the Digital Capes podcast, which you should totally do, by the way. I'm on the second episode. You should listen to all the episodes, but I'm on the second episode, and it's pretty darn cool, if I have to say so myself. Anyway, back to Doom. Dr. Doom, he's finally on the test center, and holy crap, there's so much different with Dr. Doom. I've only just taken a passive look at some of the stuff. I've actually done this a little bit differently than I normally do. But they've changed some of the UI elements in the game itself, as you'll notice the way that the trees now look. But Dr. Doom's got so many different things. The first thing that stands out, he's got 3 signature powers. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. He's got this little thing here called Will of Doom, which has what's known as a specialization attached to it. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And he's got these 2 little resource bars called Power and Magic, and that's pretty darn cool. Currently, Dr. Doom has plus 5% signature power damage on both his level 25 and level 50 hero synergy, so that's going to be super good for Dr. Doom, and a lot of other people too who, you know, rely on their signature for damage, like Moon Knight. Sorry about that. But he has 3 trees called Tech, Sorcery, and Latveria. Each of them have a ton of different powers, and there's some stuff that, some power fixing that needs to happen with some of the different abilities. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at as much as we can as we go through the testing. So, first power we're going to start with from the Tech tree is called the Gauntlet. It's got physical damage, it restores power per hit, and it has actually, it's 2 attack speed, which is nice. It's basic and it's tech. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Pretty cool. It does physical damage, so that's nice. Next power we have is called Doom Burst. It's got energy damage, it has attack speed of 1.5, and a power cost of 141. That's pretty high, actually. Just so you guys know, as always with the test center, damage tuning is done last. Everything is subject to change. I will do what I can to showcase some changes later on if there's something significant to it. But right now it's just a look at the powers and what they're specifically supposed to do, and maybe their attack speed and cooldown numbers. So that was Doom Blast. That is melee for some reason, even though it's ranged. Next we have Assured Destruction. It's tech and ranged. It's physical damage per missile. Crit damage is 15% increased, attack speed of 1, and a power cost of 70.5. So there's that. And you can hold it and get a bunch of stuff going on there, and as you'll notice, my power is going up a little bit with the basic attack. So there's that. Next, we have Doom Blast. It's a basic, it's ranged, and it's tech. It does energy damage. It also restores power on hit, and has a rate of fire of 1.6 per second. So that's pretty neat. And you just blop, 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 blop. So that's your energy. Next, we have From Here to Latveria. Gravity is no more an obstacle to Doom than linear time or international law. Travel speed is 550 like most travel powers, and it restores power per second. So yay, Juggernaut power restoration. And Doom is Doom, he will always be Doom, and Doom is cool. Next power we have is called Ingenious Defense. Now, it's tech, it's active, and it's passive. Its active is your CC breaker, so that's pretty good. Passively, it's 15% damage negation. It gives you defense rating, maximum health, it regenerates health per second, and gives you a projectile deflection chance. This is your typical passive that you normally see within stuff. So, gonna hit Q. Ingenious Defense. My CC breaker has been activated. So that's pretty cool. Next, we have Crumble Fools. It's an attack that will destroy the firmament beneath your feet with not busted but his fists. And it does physical damage. Your Gauntlet and Doom Blast restore an additional 4.5 power on hit. It has a pretty high power cost, which is about half, actually. And it's got a cooldown of 8 seconds. Boom! And that was physical damage. So that's your physical damage AoE that you have in the tech tree, which is pretty cool. There's another power here called Beneath Doom's Foot. This power can only be activated if Doom's Brilliance is selected. I will show this to you when I get to Doom's Brilliance. But it's physical damage, it's got a knockdown duration of 2 seconds, its cooldown is 8 seconds, and it has a very high power cost. Next we have the Sorcery tree. Your first ability is called Impending Doom. It's a movement, area, and sorcery. Nothing can stop Doom, nothing will hinder Doom. Doom goes where he pleases. They had fun with this. It restores 6.8 power per second for 4 seconds and has a cooldown of 0.5 seconds. So, this is your teleport. Doom does as he pleases and goes where he pleases. So you can see, it's a pretty good teleport. Doom needs a teleport. He needs all the travel powers. Next, we have Pierce the Veil. It's a sorcery ranged attack. It does mental damage. It deals 10% reduced damage per hit beyond the first, 40% maximum reduction. It has a magic cost of 125 and a rate of fire of 1.3 per second. Interesting. Is it because it pierces? Per enemy hit beyond the first. Okay, I see. So if it goes through and pierces a bunch of different enemies, that didn't really do it the way it was supposed to, but I mean that's what the idea is that it reduces as it goes across the different enemies. Next we have Unthinkable. Mental damage twice per second, duration of 8 seconds. You can maintain up to 3 areas per time, and it's got a magic cost of 250. Boom! There's your little, it's a little magic aura thing, much like Scarlet Witch has. So that's pretty cool. It's got an 8-second, and you can maintain 3 of those. You won't be able to get 3 of those immediately right off the bat, but there is your 3. And we'll go ahead and use the next one, which is called Conjured Barrage. It does mental damage, it has an attack speed of 10.5, and it restores 4.5 magic on hits. Wow. Tiny bit of damage, but look at how fast that shoots. Jeez, that is cool. Next, we have the Orb of Doom. You've seen this before. It's a concentrated ball of electric energy that attacks all who gets close. So it's got mental damage. It also has arc lightning damage, which I believe is supposed to be just regular energy damage per hit. It's got a rate of fire of 1.1 per second, magic cost of 200. No cooldown. So this is actually different than the power that Rogue steals from the team-up Doom and from the enemy Doom. It might be changed so that that's what she gets, which means it might change from energy to mental damage with the arc lightning, but we shall see when we get there. Next we have Eldritch Reckoning. It's ranged area and sorcery. The mental damage, it gives you mental damage. It's vulnerability, 10% for 8 seconds. Restores magic when you deal mental damage to affected enemies. 1.1 attack speed and a magic cost of 250. So there you go. That's your big area power. And it, you know, you do the different things. Let's see how fast this recovers it. See how fast that recovers it? Anyway, that's your ranged area. It's a click target AoE, which is cool. Next, we have Worthless Cretin from the Latveria tree, which is physical damage. It's ranged, always crit hits, and its damage is plus 200 if power and magic are above 90%, because using this thing is beneath Dr. Doom. Foes are not worthy of Doom's power. Doom will use this basest of weapons to dispatch them. Pistol shot! Holy crap, that was cool. That was like the headshot from Punisher. The last power we have in Sorcery of regular powers is called Triumph and Torment, which also can only be activated when Doom's Cunning is selected. It does mental damage twice per second. Maximum channel time is 5 seconds. It's got an ongoing cost of 250 per second. It's got a cooldown of 10 seconds. So the last tree we have here is called Latveria. First power is called Legion of Doombots. His Doombots will clear the riffraff. Passive effect is you restore 1% of your maximum health, maximum power and magic per second, and it's disabled while the power is on cooldown. The active effect is summons 3 Doombots. The Doombots have a summon duration of 30 seconds. It's got a cooldown of 30 seconds, and the Doombot stats have ranged energy damage, melee physical damage, and they have 200% of your health and defense. So let's go ahead and check this out. Oh, neat. So these are Doombots that look like Doom. So that's pretty neat. You will, but while this is on cooldown, you won't be able to regenerate your maximum power and magic, which is, you know, disappointing, but these guys will run around and do some work for you, and with the summon build, you'll be able to have a lot more damage than what would normally be. So we'll let these guys do their things. Let's see, they got 5 seconds, so that's pretty good. Nice little Doom costumes. I actually like the detail on the costume. It looks a lot better than the team-up does, although the cape, I think, could use a little bit of work. But, anyway, I'm pleased with what it looks like, and of course it is the white costume. First summon power we have here, besides Legion of Doombots, is called Latverian Brigade. A shield bot will distract the dullards while it prepares to go up in explosive glory for Doom. Passive effect, it gives you 3% block chance to negate incoming damage. The power is disabled while the effect is disabled while the power is on cooldown. It summons a Latverian shield bot for 10 seconds. Cooldown is 10 seconds. It also shared with War Drums and Inferno. Shield bot stats does physical damage, 200% of your health and defense, and it deals energy as it dies. So there's the shield bot. Bang, bang. It's got 6 seconds. So it'll do the little punches there as it does its thing. And explosion. That's pretty nice. Next, we have Latverian Inferno. Ranged power base damage is 5%. It's going to increase, obviously, as you put more points into it. Effect is disabled when the power is on cooldown. It summons a Cinderbot for 10 seconds with a 10-second cooldown, shared with the other two. Physical damage twice per second, 200% of your health and defense, and the Death Energy Explosion does energy damage. So here's the Cinderbot, which he'll sit there and cook it. It looks like the Cinderbot's going to need some damage increase there, because that's not even reporting what the thing is supposed to have. But the energy explosion worked properly. And last, we have Latverian War Drums, which is melee power base damage increased by 5%. Effect is disabled while on cooldown. Summons a Latverian Aerobot for 10 seconds with a 10-second cooldown, shared between the other two. Physical damage twice per second. It has a slow, 200% of your health and defense, and energy damage as the others. So here's the Aerobot. Bang, 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 bang. So that's pretty cool, and the damage looks about right. And it goes and attacks, and that's so cool. And then as it dies, it does another big pump of explosion. So those are the regular basic attacks, except for the 3 bottom in each of the trees. Next, we have what's known as Doom's 3 signatures, which 1 in Tech, 1 in Sorcery, 1 in Latveria. So the Tech is called Technical Tyrant. Fire short-duration lasers from Doom's fingertips, a pure example of power for a pure container of it. Energy damage twice per second, recover 100% of your maximum power. That is awesome. Active duration of 2 seconds, tech-based damage 25% for 8 seconds, 40-second cooldown. Oh, and it does it from both directions, and you can turn it. Isn't that amazing? Oh, that's so cool. Sorry, I'm geeking out here, but Dr. Doom. The sorcery signature is called Mystical Master. Doom will sear his enemy's flesh in a blast of conjured lightning, prepping for the more active punishment for the rest of Doom's damage. Mental damage twice per second, recovers 100% of your maximum magic, 2-second area duration, and sorcery-based damage 25% for 8 seconds, cooldown of 40 seconds. So, you can aim this blast, and it's quick, it's 2 seconds. Let's check something really quick. That's not right. It's only the damage that goes up. The duration itself will not go up. So power duration does not affect signatures and ultimates, which is sad. Last power, which doesn't look like it's slotted, but it is, just because they don't have the icon yet, is called Lord of Latveria. A ruler must be able to delegate. Doom shall call forth a Servo Guard battalion to crush would-be usurpers. Summon 6 Latverian Servo Guards, summon duration of 10 seconds, cooldown of 40 seconds. Servo soldiers have energy damage per shot, health and defense increased, and here are your servo bots that sit there and deal damage extraordinaire. Wata. So I say damage extraordinaire as they're doing, nothing more than 1,000 damage. So, but that's the types of powers that they have. Now, one more power to show before I show the next 3 powers. I apologize that this video's run a little long, but it's Dr. Doom. He deserves a little bit long. The Will of Doom. It's a passive. It gives you damage rating, crit hit rating, brutal strike rating, summoned allied damage. Wow, that was really bad. You have your revive, and it has a buff effect, which is invulnerability for 1.5 seconds with a 20-second cooldown. So Doom is now invulnerable and cannot take damage, and he can use his energy and mental damage stuff to destroy enemies around him while he is invulnerable. Anyway, what we have here is something that hasn't happened before, but is going to be spread to other characters, possibly before and after Doom's release. Characters that came before and after his release. It's called Specialization. You left-click this power in the power tree to enable or disable it. The selection can be changed or disabled at any time without requiring a retcon or a device or power points. Only one specialization can be given at any one time. So Doom's Brilliance gives you tech damage. It allows Beneath Doom's Foot to be activated. It restores 7.5% of your maximum magic per second, and your Tyrannical Tyrant cooldown is reduced by 15 seconds, which is your signature in the tech power, and the bonus damage is amplified. Doom Burst causes enemies to take additional damage from tech powers, and it disables all offensive sorcery powers, so you will not be able to use sorcery while Doom's Brilliance is activated. So that's the first one. Notice how I've got all stuff in power, but now I have a power that's known as Beneath Doom's Foot, which is called Foot Dive! And that is glorious in the name of Doom. The power that people have wanted. That people have wanted since Doom. The Whispers of Doom is called Foot Dive. And there is the majesty of said Foot Dive. Next one is called Doom's Cunning. Sorcery base damage allows Triumph and Torment to be activated and increases your maximum magic by 200. Restores 7.5% of your maximum magic per second. I guess Doom's Cunning is supposed to restore power, not magic. And your Mystical Master cooldown is reduced by 15 seconds, and the bonus damage is amplified. Eldritch Reckoning applies an additional damage over time, and it disables all offensive tech powers. So notice how I can't use the tech powers. But all magic is now available. And now we get to see Triumph and Torment. Mental damage twice per second, maximum channel time, ongoing magic thing. So it's the same type of thing. Wow, that's like the Power Cosmic Beam that he does, which is sexy. So there you go. That's that. And last but not least, we have Doom's Army. It's plus 50% summoned ally damage. What's going on here? There we go. It allows Latverian air defense to be activated. The robots no longer share a cooldown. Legion of Doom bots last until they're defeated, which is these guys. That's pretty damn cool. Lord of Latveria cooldown is reduced by 15 seconds, and the power summons 3 Doom drones in addition to the servo soldiers. I will show you that. Let me slot that power back. And then you also have Tyrant and Mystical Master cannot be activated, which means you won't be able to use those 2 signatures, but you will be able to use Lord of Latveria. So let's go ahead and show the Latverian air defense. Damage is increased by 41.4%, equal to 50% of your bonus summon damage. That's pretty cool. So there's the air defense, one big thing. That's pretty cool. But Lord of Latveria summons the Doom drones, and these guys go... That's the wrong power. There we go. These guys go until they die, and these do not share a cooldown. So they just go, man. That's nuts. And they will break up at different intervals. The Doombots will not die. They go until they are dead. But all that other stuff happens in that aspect. So that's Dr. Doom. And I'm going to get these guys to follow me really quick so that they stop yelling back and forth. That's Dr. Doom. We also have one ultimate that we have to show. So let me get back in that area really quick. Actually, what I should do is I should turn this off. There we go. So those guys should die any minute. Let's go over the ultimate. It's a movement area summon. You are invulnerable for the duration of this power. It's got an active duration of 15 seconds. Cooldown is 10 minutes. Latverian airstrike. Physical damage. Wow, that's a lot of physical damage. Missile damage is physical per missile launched. And you also have the lightning, which, Mystical Lightning, which does mental damage 4 times per second. Doomsday is here. And what does Doomsday do? It destroys everyone. And you walk. Oh, and you have to control it like Ghost Rider's power. This is amazing. It blows everybody up. That is great, and it launches damage. It does a huge damage right off the bat, and the missiles go and continue. And that's how it is. That's Dr. Doom. So, apologies for the Doom bots continuing to be weird as they happen. Builds are going to be interesting. It's not what I thought was going to happen. A full build isn't probably going to be as accurate for using Power Cosmic, but I'm going to try. Darn it. I'll probably won't even click any of the specializations, honestly. I know that the extra power works and you can get the cooldowns, but I think I'd much rather just have the ability to run all the powers at once, since it locks you out of not doing that. Maybe the summon ability, although you want to use summon legendaries. Whatever, doesn't matter. Dr. Doom. Doom, Doom, Doom. I'm totally putting all my ultimate tokens into Doom's power, and Dr. Doom is here. The Lord of Latveria has made his presence known. And, you know, with that, Dr. Doom is the shit, and he does what he wants to do because he's Dr. Doom. Hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did showcasing it to you all. Remember to like a comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Tumblr at RybackStun. More videos as they come along. And with that, this is RybackStun, signing out.